Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have got a new batch of 87 overall master icons, the silver icons that went up to the 92 overall. So we'll break all of those down. No new blockbuster event cards. I'm assuming because Monday we got all of the team builders, that's why. And I will have a team builder breakdown video that goes through all of the team builders, or at least some of them that it might have some value. But for the most part, it's really just the 98s. And even those aren't worth it if you actually take what it costs to make them. So I'll do another video on that for sure, but let's go over the new master icons for February 23rd. All right, we'll kick things off with the 92 Nick Lindstrom 6'1", gonna come with 2 to Heart and Soul and 2 to Shutdown. I've said this a number of times. Not a lot of people are going to have Heart and Soul activated, so let's take a look at them without that. So 87 speed isn't awful. In my opinion, that's kind of the minimum now for any player that isn't like 6'5" or giving you a substantial, a substantial size value, because if they're not going to be fast, they need to be big so that at least they can help, stop zone entries and be dominant in their own zone. That being said, 87 speed is a cutoff because the distributor will get it up to 90. Acceleration can get up to just about 90 as well with Spark. His shot is okay. Shutdown kind of needs to be activated. He does need that accuracy help, in my opinion. His hand stats are all really good, although his deking is 88. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know about you guys, but I find that whenever I'm breaking the puck out or down the ice, I L2 a lot to try and create some time and space. And, not having the high-end deking is kind of tough, especially when you're putting in the investment that you're putting in to get a silver master icon. Body checking is 96, though. His defensive stats are fantastic. I'm not going to lie, I feel like Nick Lindstrom should be rated higher than this, just considering he was one of the best to ever do it. But nonetheless, still a good defenseman. The only way that I would recommend upgrading this card, honestly, I wouldn't. I just don't think that he gives you enough. Again, synergies aren't great at all. He's not fast. His shot is okay. It's not super elite, but it's very good. Body checking is great, but he's only 6'1". Not that that's small, but again, he's not gigantic. And then again, that deking stat really frustrates me. Just again, when you combine it with the fact that he doesn't have high 90s agility, his puck control is great, but he's going to feel a little sluggish on the half spins and cuts and whatnot. So in my opinion, this would be a pass. But if you have him untradeable, there are people out there that maybe are trying to get Heart and Soul activated as like their 4th or 5th synergy. He would at least fit that bill, but there's no way I would recommend doing that upgrade, unless you're a Red Wings fan, obviously, then for sure, as Nick Lindstrom's one of the best ever. Next up is the 92 Stan Makita. I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty brutal card. Just any way you look at it. The synergy combo, so balance, again, one of the lesser important synergies way down the list. Does have Wingman, which does help out because it gets his acceleration up into the mid-90s, but his speed is only 87, and again, I said that with defensemen, 87 is kind of the minimum, but if you're going to play wing, although he can play center, but there's no way I'd recommend a 5'9" guy play center. He could play center for you. It's not fast enough to make up for the fact that he's 5'9". I will say this, that his body checking is 90, but again, it's not the huge hits and, if you get a good run at someone, it's those little bumps that you'll do to knock people off the puck, and that's really determined by the bigger players. He is not going to be able to do that nearly as effective as someone that is much bigger. I'm sure that there's fans out there maybe that like this card, but again, if you're going to invest this many coins in icon collectibles and cards to get these guys, they need to produce a lot of value, and Stan Makita just doesn't do it. Again, falls into that just pass, in my opinion, list there. Just too slow for the size that he is. And then lastly today, we've got the 92 Dennis Potvin, 6 foot with 2 to Spark, 2 to Wingman. Honestly, that's a pretty good synergy combo, especially for defensemen. But his speed is only 85, and he gets up to 88. The thing of what I mentioned earlier about Lidstrom reigns true here. If you're not going to be fast, you need to be big, and at 6 foot, that he just isn't that. His shot is elite. His hand stats are pretty elite. Again, same situation with Lindstrom. Deking's only a 90. Body checking, stick checking, defensive awareness, all of those are great. It's just, again, if you're going to put in this many collectibles to make a card, he needs to give you a ton of value back, and in my opinion, he just doesn't do it. Like, for the same price and value, I would much rather have the 93 OEL, the 93 Clefbaum, even the 90 Heiskanen, I would rather have than this Dennis Potvin. So, again, just a kind of a lame duck list of the releases today as we await that Paul Coffey, who's obviously going to be last. But all of these, in my opinion, I would pass. It's just that just doesn't really offer enough for the price that it's going to run you. All right, guys. So, yeah, a quick one today. Just going over the new Master Icons, the silver ones. Again, we still are waiting for a big one in the Paul Coffey. And then, obviously, the 88s. And then, finally, the Gretzky and Lemieux upgrade. Here's just a quick look at my team. Something I think I'm going to start doing is start to go to builds that I actually want. I really want to mess around with just having the huge, really dominant defensive centermen. So, I'm talking like Sundin, Lindros. I want to move Sakic to the wing. I want to go with faster wingers, except for Draisaitl, because, again, Jack Hughes, in my opinion, just the way that I use him, he's so good at those goal line wristers, picking corners and whatnot. Just a fantastic card, and I really want to mess around with just trying to build my whole team around it. And then I'm also working towards the Jarome Iginla. I get a lot of questions about the team builder set so far, and, like, why do I want a Jarome Iginla? I'm like, well, guys, he is one of my favorite players of all time. I'm No Sleeves 12 because, well, Patrick Marleau, Tom Brady, and Jarome Iginla. So that is why, and it's not like there's a drop-off at all from Taves. Taves is the better one, but I'm still excited to make Iginla, and it's good to have a grind back. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, guys, and I will see you tomorrow for daily NHL content. Have a good one, boys.